someday, knowing that somebody, anybody in this country cared about that. So again,
we were at a Democratic, Lake County Democrats were having a meeting, and Bonnie and I were there, and Virginia's husband's a member, and he was there. And he heard from us, and we talked about Gio, and we were looking for, she speaks Spanish, we were looking for Spanish-speaking people. He went home, he told her about it, it changed her life. She is out and about, she was just sitting at home. Now she's involved in something and she's doing all kinds of good stuff, and we love her for it. And she just is like a whole different person. And people, they call it,
they love her.
They love her in the prison.
She's the most popular girl in jail.
Yeah. All right, anybody got questions?
Your important things will be, we will have some time for questions if there's any other questions. Carmen, did you have a question?
Yeah, or we can ask this afterwards, right? Because I want to know the details of what is required of you upon going in. I've heard you have to change your clothes, they can check your ID.
When you go in,
Can you repeat the questions or?
Repeat the question.
the question was, what do you need to do when you go in? What's the procedures?
when you go in the door, there's a clipboard that has following information. You have to write your name down, you have to write your driver's license number down, you have to write
Your age.
Yeah, your age, yeah, really. Age, then they have to do, you have to put the detainee's name in and their number, and then our address.
And that you're a friend.
Yeah, and then you're a friend.
And you get that information from her.
Yeah.
She knows who needs visitor rights and things like that, and who speaks what, and Bonnie got a whole list of people.
And they take your driver's license with the.
And there is a dress code.
If you wait.
You can't, if you have a hoodie on, you can't get in.
It's a
If you
pretty-
have pockets in your pants for what, you can't get in. But Bonnie wears pants that have pockets, and she just changes them in the car, puts them on inside out. So she can get in. But they do have rules and regulations for
Process,
things.
yeah.
You can't have an underwire bra on either.
But you have to have bra.
Don't make sense to me, but you can. So,
But you have to wear bra.
Metal
Yeah.
you got something?
Another question.
Okay.
I have two questions. You said $25,000, Gio gets $25,000 per.
2,500 per prisoner
Per month.
per month.
2,500.
2,500 times 1450. 1,450.
Their profit
It's-
is about 65 million a year.
Yeah, at least.
Trying to compare it to what it costs to be in a nursing home or an assisted living facility. Because those are also private institutions and provide a lot of these services. The other thing I want to say is that one of my brothers was detained in one of these facilities, a private prison.
For profit.
For profit, in Arizona. You talked about the cutoff from families. Well, I was devastated that he was there. The place has a very bad reputation. I wrote him letters all the time that he was there. He never got any of those letters. And then a couple of months after he was out, I got a bundle. And all the letters came back to me unopened.
We have a teacher that is, she has a Spanish, right? What's her name? Anyway, she has her kids drawing pictures and writing and mailing to the prisoners, and they will get it, as far as I know. But you know what? Thanks for mentioning that, because I'm going to look into it just to make sure that they are getting that. I'm going to ask to find out.
It's
Sometimes they have like a number, you have to have, like, they have a process, and if you don't follow all the rules.
Exactly. It's got to be cross the I's or whatever.
It's hard to
Another question?
Yes, so do you have an organizational name? How does one go about the process then, if one were to try and make a donation or make a connection with someone?
We do, yeah.
Yes.
We are the Immigrant Action Coalition. I have some paperwork there.
Okay.
It kind of falls under the ball for all the solution to sites detention center. This is really,
Yeah.
your hard.
Sir?
Is everything they're doing legal? Or
I'm sorry.
Or is it being fought in courts right now? Is everything they're doing legal?
Yes, they're getting bond hearings, doing habeas corpus. That's the two big things.
I mean, they can't get their ID when they leave. I
No.
don't understand that.
I don't either, but that's the
How is that
rules.
legal?
You know what?
There's a lot of things.
They're legally supposed to have a warrant when they grab you off the street. It's a different world.
Question, was there a question? Wait a minute.
Oh, I have like 10,000 questions, but when you have over, I know, I can only do one. When there's over 1,400 people in this facility, how do they make contact with you? Like how do they know that you're available? How do they make contact with you to help with a lawyer, to help financially? Like how does this work when you have all these over 1,400?
Is she talking about
How do you
visitation?
find the
Like for you, like just, like how do
How
you
do
even
they know
connect?
to contact you?
Oh.
How do they ask for a visitor?
Like
We
how,
work with a couple activists from those areas where they're captured, that they help the families down there, and then they have request visits, and now they just call us directly from the inside.
so they're able to do that, to make the
Yes.
phone calls to you and they
We
have
have
access to.
Constantly, all day long, we get calls.
And they-
70.
So, okay.
And there, like she said, there are a couple women that are in the Detroit area that provide us with some of the information also. And
Because they're helping
we
the
have,
families down there.
we have no lack of people to help.
Okay.
Believe me.
And like
So the
families
best thing we
get
can
this.
do is like you need financial help for lawyers mainly? I mean, is that the best thing we can do?
Lawyers are gold.
Okay.
We're gonna start kidnapping lawyers pretty soon.
Okay.
We're gonna do what ICE does.
And then talking.
So if we had folks, I mean, I got folks that would do stuff, but they can only do certain things. You know, so if we had folks that wanted to write cards or letters or whatever, you're gonna have to have a name and a number.
Yes.
So do we write those things and send them to you so that
You can call us anytime and we'll give you numbers, all you want.
Okay.
Are you looking for
Anytime.
writing?
Pardon me?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
for,
Yeah, I
I'm thinking,
text
I've
journalists.
got people at St. John's, for example, who maybe can't go to Baldwin or they can't do.
No,
X,
but
Y,
they
Z,
can, you're
but
right, they
sit
can
and
do
write a
that,
letter,
you're right,
you know?
you're right.
Fantastic getting
So-
mail. They
Yeah.
love getting mail.
You know, that is so,
They're very.
getting mail to them is like gold, you know? And it ain't a bill.
And trying to get people's spirits up is another big battle, and so I'd be with you to get a list, okay?
There's one thing that I forgot to mention, and that is that not only do we work with detainees, we work with their families.
Yeah.
So
We try and help the families, yes.
it's kind of like we've got one detainee and 10 people around him, and we try to work with them in any way that we can, connect them with those services, or providing for them some information.
Yes, ma'am.
When you go in, can you only visit one person that day, or can you go back?
One person a day, and it's like a 8-day rotation. For when, for example, you can see somebody on a certain day and you won't see them again for 8 days,
Right.
because that's their rotation. And there's certain blocks, certain days have visitation. So they've kind of arranged it around
And
all
once they
that.
enter your ID in the system, if that number's wrong or something, boom, you're out for the day.
Yeah, if you could go there and you gotta check with your number and call ahead of time to make sure they're there, because we could have given you that number yesterday and today they could have been shipped out. You never, you know,
So we just.
I can't say that that's happened to us a lot and I hope it doesn't, but it has happened, you know, but not a lot, thank goodness.
Any other questions?
Sir?
Is Geo a publicly traded company or is it
Yes.
private?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Actually, there was just a report in the Washington Post that Geo is the darling of stocks right now. They are outperforming the tech stocks. They are at the peak as far as
Of
stock-
prison
stock
is
performance goes.
outperforming.
They are the very, very top performing stock that you can buy.
With the architect.
I
Are you a
can't.
private equity company? Because the private equity companies are the vultures of the corporate world.
They're publicly traded, so they-
They're publicly traded, I know that, yeah.
And BlackRock is the
BlackRock
main
is the
one.
main.
The whole-
And I'm sure everybody's heard of BlackRock.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Ray.
Yes, say, for somebody, not me, but just say a person were interested in becoming a paralegal, what does that entail, what kind of training and what?
Well, the attorneys.
What do you do?
Well, the attorneys will sit down with you and over a short period of time, they'll give you a lot of information that a paralegal knows, and then you'll reach a point that you know enough to handle a lot of the things inside, and then guess what? You can go in anytime you want and visit anybody because you are a paralegal. You are going in underneath that attorney's license, but you still can go in.
We could do a lot more quick, fast,
Oh,
cheap work.
we could get a lot more done
And
if we had more
If
paralegals.
we could get habeas done, get habeas and apologize later, but
Yeah.
because habeas prevents a whole lot of problems. But, and that's the quickest, cheapest thing to do. But a lot of people don't have
Ma'am?
2,500 to 6,000 to get habeas.
You said you need Spanish speakers. Is there a remote use or do you need to be in person? Is there remote access for Spanish speakers? Could you use someone through the phone or through Teams, or you need to be in person?
Or do they take any involved in area?
You have to be there,
You have to be a
You
person.
can travel, they are.
Yeah.
yeah.
But once you visit, then you can give them your phone number, right?
Oh, yes, and then you give them your phone number, and then the detainees can contact you
Yes.
and talk to you about their problems, what they need, what they don't need, and that's how,
They're getting
another
connections
way,
to
that's
the
how we
world.
get a lot of other people. Because they'll say, well, my cellmate here, he needs this, or she needs, and they haven't got this, or they haven't, so now we got another A number from somebody to take care of and visit and try and help. So that is
And
word
they
of mouth.
haven't had connections for months.
And they haven't had
in the
people there.
outside world.
There's people been there in almost a year and have
Starting
never
to-
seen another human being other than the people inside. No visitors, nothing. So, yes, sir.
Can you mail them cash or?
No, you can't. Like I say, that's what we do. We go in and put the money in their accounts, and we have what's called a fund. And our fund started out, and it was funded by a few people up in Sutton's Bay by Traverse City. And we were told specifically that is a slush fund for attorneys. And that money just sits there for attorneys, and that's all it's used for, because it's their money, they trust